Okay, g'day viewers and welcome to Bumper. Here I am at Lancefield Historic Transport. So we've got Doug with us. Doug, g'day, how you going?
G'day Rusty, how are you?
Yeah, very good, thanks mate.
Good.
Now, you've come all the way down from Queensland to this truck show in Victoria. Why is that?
Because this is 50 years of Peterville in Australia.
Yep.
And since I own a baby, well, here she is. I thought I'd like to bring her down.
No, good on you, mate. You must be very passionate about not only trucks but also Peterbilts, and it's good that you come all this way. Now, tell me a little about the history of yourself with trucks, Peterbilt and trucking in Australia, especially up in Alice Springs.
Well, it's a bit of a long story, but I came off a farm and my dad said, you're not leaving the farm unless you learn a trade. And there was no place to learn trades in those days. So at 18 I got called up into the National Service, and then I went into the regular army where I learnt my trade. And when I came out of the army, I got into trucks.
All right.
So Dad was happy and, and I was into trucks.
All right, so back in those days, what were you driving then?
Just a little body truck, 6-ton International, and we had a contract with Wunderlicks carrying roofing tiles around Brisbane, 2 trucks, and we built that up from 2 to 75 registered pieces of equipment by the end of 1971, so we had a good run.
All right, that's good, very good. Now, tell us a little bit about the history of this Peterbilt.
Well, this truck actually came from the Territory, and it was owned by Ted Stiles of Outback Transport, and he used to carry for co-ord transport between Mount Isa and Darwin. In fact, Mount Isa to Larimar in the Territory, then they'd put it back on the train there and send it on to Darwin. And when we started to run to the Territory, we used to go straight through. His service used to take 3 weeks. We used to do it in 5 days.
And what year are you talking about then?
1965.
So it would have been pretty rough and ready in those days going up at Alice Springs.
Yeah. No, this is from Brisbane to Brisbane to Darwin.
Yep.
Yeah,
But that still would have been a pretty rough and rugged event.
Yeah. Well, the roads in Queensland, as they are today, are not much chop. And in fact, there was certain parts of the road where I refused to pay the road tax.
All right.
And when I was questioned about it by the government, I just told them, you know, the road's not worth driving on. It knocks my gear around. I'll pay for everything else, but I'm not paying you for that.
Yeah.
And they left me alone. You know, we just took it out every time and left them alone.
All right. So driving the Peterbilt from Queensland to Northern Territory, what was that like as an experience?
Well, it was a great experience.
Yeah, I bet it would be.
After working 24 hours before you went, and then you drive all night, and I can tell you there's not many shady trees out along that road. And the air conditioning didn't used to work too good, and so yeah, it was pretty hectic, pretty hard.
Now, how long have you actually owned this truck for?
About 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so a short period of time, I suppose, with regards to trucks. And what made you get the Peterbilt?
Well, I already had to when I had the transport business.
Yeah.
And they were really good trucks. And I happened to find this one parked under a tree down at Picton, and I couldn't believe it because it's an identical truck to the 2 that I had.
Yeah.
And you can see the state of it there. And I bought it off the guys, and okay, I've had it 15 years, but it sat around for years and years before I restored it.
Oh, okay. So you've restored this restored this truck?
Yep, totally restored it, and better than brand new.
Oh, fantastic. Now, there's not too many of these Peterbilts in Australia, is there?
I think originally they, in the early 60s, a guy by the name of O'Neill brought some in, and I believe there was about 150, 160 came into the country.
Yeah.
Before they were stopped by PACCAR. And so a lot of those have gone to the scrap heap.
Yeah.
But there's still a few around of those original trucks.
All right. And the year of this particular Peterbilt?
This is 1964.
1964.
Yep.
And you've come all the way down. You've trucked it all the way down from Queensland to come to the truck show today.
Yep.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Doug, look, I want to say thanks very much for being on Bumper to Bumper, and enjoy your Peterbilt and the transport industry.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
Good.
and safety belts, bucket seats.